What's up, people? We are back with another video.
Welcome back.
You know, we apologize. We didn't put out a video last week. We were doing a lot of things, and it was bad. Sorry. We know you guys keep track of it. And to all the new people, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Court.
And welcome to our channel.
Yep.
So today we are about to do a Q&A because that's what y'all said to me. See, maybe I should take this rapping stuff serious because I'll be flowing. Okay, we're doing a Q&A. We're gonna ask questions that y'all want to know. Well, we're gonna answer questions y'all wanted to know about us. So
and our interracial relationship.
Yeah.
So is what we're focusing on.
So some of them's gonna be about interracial.
So we chose some that y'all have asked.
Yeah, we chose the top 6.
Right now.
How many 6?
7.
We chose the top 7 that y'all
4.
wanted to know about us. Question number 1.
How did we make each other's lives better? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Why you gonna start off with that type of question? That's like right at the heart. It's not even like, oh, let's start in light.
That's
She's like,
good.
how did y'all make each other better? You gotta go with some deep stuff.
I don't think. Well, I mean,
that was deep. Come on,
okay,
Courtney. That was deep.
I don't really think so. That's just the first one on our list. I'll go first. I think he made me better because he has always and still does pushes me to be better. I do the same for him, but he really, a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but certain aspects of my life, he sees my potential more than I do. Like, especially, for an example, it would be like fitness and health. And he knows where I want to be, and he knows that I can do it. And sometimes I doubt myself, or I'm like, oh, it's just so hard, whatever. And he's like, nah, just keep doing it. Like, you're getting there, whatever. So things like that, and encouraging me to take risks as well.
Me being dark chocolate.
And
that's
also, I just ignore.
That's a motivator.
Okay. Answer. It's supposed to be how I made you better.
Oh.
Not you talking about yourself.
I'm not. Okay, how she made me better, but made you better.
No, how I made your life better, or just help you make you better.
Because she cooks and cleans, and she ain't about that wop. Okay. But seriously,
you see what I deal with? How
she made me better is knowing when to, slow down. Knowing, I'm like a rocket. So, I got blinders on. I don't look left, I don't look right. When I have my mind set on something, I have to see it through. But she made me realize how to be patient, more patient in every aspect of my life. Like when things aren't going my way, be patient.
Yes.
When somebody cuts me off,
patience.
She's like, be patient, just chill. You ain't gotta be mad all the time. I'm not mad all the time, but sometimes people do stupid things.
And honestly, like those two things that we both just shared, I think that's how we balance each other out. Because I'm way more chilled and laid back personality, and he's kind of the opposite of that. So
I'm chill. Question 2.
What's your favorite thing you've done together?
Honestly, I feel like the traveling has been wonderful. Traveling with your spouse, with no kids, even with kids. We ain't got kids.
Spouse?
Traveling with your significant... Whoa. Traveling with your significant other.
Yeah.
How about that?
Alone. Without your families or anything. For one, it's a lot. It's just very different. Because you're completely on your own. I think our first trip completely alone was our road trip to Texas. And for one, we noticed it was a lot simpler because we just had to think about ourselves and a little bit of mochi, yeah. And so that was nice. It took a lot of extra things out of the way, but it was just fun. Like we really got to just enjoy each other.
Yeah. Being somewhere different together.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like.
I think it's important. It's that whole thing. Like you should keep dating each other your entire relationship. Yeah. You shouldn't stop because we learned a lot of new things about each other. Yep. I don't know. It was just fun.
I learned she farts a lot.
Really? You fart a lot.
Whoa.
I
learned she farts.
Yours are deadly.
If she's on the side, That's what she does.
Stop telling lies.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
She be on her phone, all of a sudden you're.
He's telling lies.
I ain't. I said we're gonna be truthful.
Next question. You're so full of it.
Seriously.
He's so full of
It's
it.
bad. Don't feed her broccoli.
Have you guys had family issues, or not liked each other's families?
A deep one. Another deep one. Okay.
I wouldn't say not liked.
We have family issues.
Not liked each other's families, but well, maybe for like a moment in time.
We had, it was, turbulence on an airplane. That's how it was. You get turbulence.
Roller coaster,
and then you think things are going good, then all of a sudden, boom, hit you with a blind side. Oh, what do you mean she didn't like my meatloaf or whatever, right? What do you mean she didn't like that? So it was an up and down roller coaster because, when you have parents and then you have their offspring and then you bring in like what they want, it's for you and that person, and they put their expectations on the guy or on the girl. Like, it makes it very difficult when you guys are on your own wavelength, and I found that to be very frustrating on both ends. So I'm just speaking the truth. I'm sorry, but that's just what it almost tore us apart, low key.
Yeah,
it almost did.
We both got really frustrated with each other's families.
But like we said before,
we had a lot of conversations about it during that time period. And if things pop up, still to this day, we talk about it.
It's a lot easier to get over.
Yeah. And I think if that person is who you want to spend your life with, or you're married to them, you know that, okay, like, it's their family, I'm stuck with them to some extent, and you got to do what you got to do to just either deal with it, tolerate it, whatever, be civil with one another. And our relationships with each other's families are not like that. But I'm just saying, like, you kind of have to like think about that if before you're married. Like, we had to have that conversation. Are our families like going to be an issue? Are we going to part ways because of this? Because we don't see eye to eye on things. And we both kind of came to the conclusion, like, over time, and also like speaking to and having conversations with each other's families too, like, and working through those things. And I think that's important. And if those families are not willing to talk to you about it, then that's a whole nother issue in of itself. And luckily, like, my parents are very open to having conversations and dialogue about things and working through things because they want to be a part of our lives on a very big and deep level.
Yeah, so they better get in shape or stay in shape.
Really?
In line.
And same with his family, it's all, I think, it's another relationship that you're building and working on, so it's a constant evolving thing that you have to work on.
And I look at it like, when I'm looking at somebody that I see a future with, and I think of my future kids, like, okay, these are going to be the people that when we're busy, they're going to be in their hands. So the parents and grandparents actually instill things into your kids, and if you don't agree necessarily with how they think or what they are going to put in your kids, then that's a big conversation in itself, because now you gotta, and that's kind of how I think as well. Like, same thing on her side, like what my family will instill in are they going to instill good things, like good nurturing things, or are they going to instill bad habits that it's like we're going to have to break if they're, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into it, but to answer the question, yes and no. Question 4.
The biggest struggle we've gone through as a couple, and or one thing we've gone through and overcame as a couple.
Well, this is a tough one, but I feel like the biggest thing that we had to overcome is the trust factor. Trust and knowing when to say when, and knowing when to, stop certain things. So with me, being distance away from her and everything like that, the trust was a big deal. I'm always partying, I'm out doing my thing, and obviously she didn't want that. I mean, she don't mind me partying, but obviously no girl wants her boyfriend out there in the mix. So trust was a big issue.
Well, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend at that time.
Yeah, so but at the end of the day, the trust was the biggest thing we had to get over. My bad.
Because the time period he's talking about, he was still in college and I had just graduated college. So we weren't necessarily like at completely different stages of our life, but somewhat. Like I was starting a career and he was still living his college life, you know? So it was like a trust thing because obviously I didn't know what he was doing out there. And, you know, when they're partying in college, I partied too, you know? So you kind of know what's going on at those places and whatever. And so, you know.
Yeah, because the biggest things that we did get over, you know, all the looks and the, you know, the family drama, all those things that were big at the time, we kind of like glided over that.
Yeah.
But
so
the trust was the biggest.
It wasn't like, because we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend officially yet. We were just kind of dating, if you will, and talking. So I also had to remind myself, like, of that.
You ain't mine yet. You still on the streets.
Gosh, be quiet.
You still on the streets.
It wasn't
you ain't on the streets.
It wasn't that I thought he was going to purposely hurt me or anything like that. But, you know, life happens. And so I think it was that, like, limbo of, you know, we want to be together, but he's still living his life. And then I was hanging out with people out here. And, you know, what if, like, we meet people? And I don't know. It was
taken from me.
Yeah. So we still visited each other and stuff during that time. But it was a little rough. But eventually, like, we came to a, like, understanding and worked through that kind of thing.
And made it through.
Yeah.
Question 5.
What's the hardest thing about being in an interracial relationship?
Ooh, another. What's with all these?
Things.
Why y'all want to know? Like y'all.
Honestly, I think for me, you're gonna have extra differences. You know, like if we both were Black, we would have those commonalities already, and we would know certain things. Like, would it probably be somewhat similar growing up, things like that. But on top of regular relationship issues, we have the difference of cultures, backgrounds, all of that we grew up with, and like having to figure out the median for that middle
and
ground.
I would say the biggest thing for that I went through is the labeling and the just a constant. It's like you guys don't go together. It's like you're not Black, blah blah blah, and you know, as you progress in your relationship, you know, you tend to weave out all that negativity, but
it can still be
it's still, you know, you think about am I with the right? Maybe I should be with, you know, the same race, you know, but
would it make
it starts
easier?
You know, if you let it get to you, it's gonna get to you. But once you get past all that and you honestly see the person for who they are, because me, I wasn't out there looking for, you know, an Asian girl. Like it didn't work that way. It didn't work that way. But what I saw in her was somebody that I could build with, somebody that is willing to learn and willing to do things that sometimes she don't want to do, and those are important things to me. So, you know, it's just the cards fell how they fell, and it is what it is. But I'm happy about my decision. I'm happy.
Yeah, because I think a common thing that people will say about interracial relationships are, you know, almost to the point that it's like, oh, it's just like a fetish kind of thing. You know, I've heard that for all different types of interracial relationships. Oh, you're just with them because, like, she looks exotic, or because he's Black and he's athletic and you're going to have these D1 babies. You know,
so it's not true?
Obviously.
It's not true, though?
I'm attracted to him because he's athletic and, you know, whatever.
So there's some truth into.
But it's not a fetish. Like, I don't fetishize over that. I wasn't like, oh, I can only date a Black athletic guy, you know? And like he just said, he wasn't running after only Asian girls. I do think you're typically attracted to one type of person or a general type of person, but that's a whole other thing. But I think it can get hard because people will, like, label you as that, like, or put that on you. In your relationship, oh, it's just because of this, it's just because of that. Like, I've had that said to me I don't know how many times by other people, like people I don't know, people I do know, like, oh, is it just because you're gonna have little mixed babies? And I'm like, I'm a mixed baby, so I don't want, you know, what does that even, to me that's nothing new. Like, I'm a mixed kid, so yeah, my kids, no matter who I marry, are going to be mixed.
Question 6.
One piece of advice for an interracial couple?
My piece of advice for an interracial couple is give your all to the person, no matter how bad the outside may become.
Yeah.
So your outside world, like whatever happens outside of your guys' bubble, give it 100% every time. Sometimes it won't work out, but I'm telling you, if you let other people, or just online stuff, freaking, there's so much stuff out there, but if you let that stuff infiltrate, then you guys are going to have a tough time, because you're always going to expect this and that and this and that. And when you don't get it, you're going to just leave. You know, you're like, this ain't for me, or whatever. So that's my one piece of advice, you know. Keep the center.
Focus on each other.
Focus on you guys and keep that center strong, and whatever's on the outside of that circle that keeps on, you know, bumping against you guys, keep that to a minimum.
I would say continuously work to understand their background and culture if it's not something you've been around for a long time, even if it is, because there's still things I learn about his family and how they do things, and same for him, I know, because we talk about those things when they happen. I continuously want to learn certain things because with his culture, like whether it's just Black or just his family and how they do things. Because I want my kids to know those things. I want to know how to do their hair to some extent, you know, to the best of my ability. I want to understand as much as I can without being a Black woman, you know, things that affect...
You ain't Black?
That will affect my children.
What?
You know, I never try to be Black, you know, I know that, and I mean, hello, obviously I'm not, but that's never my goal, and I know I will never fully understand that, but I want to try my best to understand on the deepest level possible so I can help my kids and help him as life goes on. So I would say just learning to understand as much as you can over time, and like try and put yourself in their shoes in certain times, and embracing their culture as well.
It's a never-ending uphill journey.
Just constantly learning and growing, and that's just your relationship in general.
To be honest, even the other culture or whatever culture, they're still learning about their culture. Mm-hmm. So just give it time. Question 7.
The last one. Well, this has to do with one of our last videos because we talked about moving. Yes, to answer a question that kind of goes with it. We are going to be moving.
We out.
Soon enough, and we'll keep you all updated on that. Will it be hard to move away from our families?
No. No, not at all. I mean, with me personally, I've always been independent. I've always been on my own road, let's say. Yes, I would, you know, want my family to either, I would miss them, but it's not going to be hard. I'm not going to just be like, oh, I'm not going to make a step forward because my family's here. Like a lot of people do. They use that excuse to not venture out and not to... Or
do what they want to do.
Yeah, they use that excuse. But me, no. You know, I don't let anybody really slow me down. But that's just how I am. Like, you can say I'm the savage mode, but it is what it is. Like, I never let that excuse be the reason why I don't experience things or go places. So, no, it wouldn't be hard.
For me, it would be hard and it wouldn't. I have wanted to move where we're planning to move for a long time, since I graduated college. So it's been in the back of my mind, in my heart, like something I've prayed about for years. So it won't be hard in that way because I've dreamt about it for, like I said, years. But it will be hard because my parents and my grandparents live super close down the street, and I see them multiple times a week, and my grandparents are very old, and so I'm sure I'll cry when I leave, because I'm really close to my parents and my grandparents, and yeah, so that will be super, super hard, but other than that, no, it won't be hard. So, and we plan to come back multiple times a year, or have them come out. No, I'm going to.
That's something we gotta talk about. See, interracial. See, I'm telling you. See,
yeah.
Those are all those are some of the questions y'all.
The ones that we really wanted to answer.
Yes.
So.
If you guys have more questions, feel free to comment below, or DM our Instagram, anything like that.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, like and subscribe. Also, check out both the articles that we have been in.
Oh yeah.
We were on Pop Sugar, and recently we got on Insider.com.
Man, that was
so
crazy
cool.
in itself.
We woke up to that the day we got back from a trip, so it's pretty cool. Check those out,
Yep.
and they're linked on our Instagram too. So
we didn't have a video on the Insider stuff, but y'all can refer to the we got married video that we made
that's
a couple
what it's all
months
about.
back.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we are out. Baby, come give me something new. Baby, come give me some.
You spit on me.